Hi everyone, it's Tomas again. Here with my buddy Jay.
Hi, how's it going?
Jay's awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Give viewers a little introduction. Why am I doing that weird voice?
You're Tomas. You do those things.
Thanks.
Um, I'm a junior, philosophy major, religion minor. That pretty much takes up all of my life, so I don't have much life outside of that.
You have frisbee.
I do have frisbee, so I do consistently try and get out there. Although I have not gotten out there in the since last Monday.
Ooh,
I know it's strange. Yeah, between being sick and exams and midterms and papers
midterms aren't fun.
And it's all a pretty unfortunate thing. But
I'm sorry.
you got to do it.
It happens.
Hopefully, I'll get out there tomorrow. We'll see.
And he's also president of Philosophy Club.
Yes.
Which hosted the little debate party here that we had, which wasn't that little actually.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Jay?
I thought it was. The turnout was tremendous. Obviously, we had a lot of. I can't really take credit for the turnout. We had a lot of help from college Democrats. Several of the RAs got in on it. So they brought a lot of people. So I can't really all I did was bake cookies. That was about it.
And they were very tasty. Funfetti.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
what did you think about the debate in general?
to be honest, with all the running around, I didn't get to watch all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking as someone who is undecided, sure. I thought that there were a lot of times when McCain for me was had kind of a mixed performance. There were a lot of times where his aggressiveness bordered on anger.
I would definitely agree.
I don't want to push that too far because I do think a lot of times he did come off. He felt he needed to be forceful in asking tough questions, and I don't think that's there's kind of a fine line that has to.
But I do think oftentimes he did step over the line.
Yeah, and so that there's always the balance.
Obama did do that a few times as well.
Yeah,
He just did it, I think, a little less angry.
And Obama generally is a little bit more even keeled as a disposition. That's not necessarily an endorsement for him by any means. But
no, I know. Nonpartisan, because we support one at Wofford.
Sure.
So does Jay.
So 2 for 1?
Yeah, 2 for 1.
What can we say?
That should be one of our new slogans.
Yeah,
we'll make T-shirts.
You should work on that.
Get the sororities on it. I'll do it. We got it.
Maybe not.
They make great T-shirts.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
Oh. Speaking of T-shirts, Jay has awesome T-shirts all the time. This one in particular is one of my favorites.
It's Calvinism. This shirt shows me. The strange thing is that on the back, most people get the front, and they think because most people have heard of Calvinism.
Oh yeah.
Not many people have heard of Arminianism. So
I got it.
So it's not quite as funny. The back's not quite as funny as the front. That's just how it goes. So
do you want to do a little plug for your T-shirt company?
Randomshirts.com is where I got this shirt. It's where I get a bunch of my other shirts. They have some really, really funny ones for pretty cheap, usually around $10.
Nice.
And also if you have a cool idea for a T-shirt,
Old Navy.
Anyways, if you have an idea for a really cool shirt, you can send it to them. Routinely, they have a lot of contests,
Nice.
T-shirt contests. People submit ideas, and if you win the contest, you get pretty big cash prize. In addition to saying that you have one of your own T-shirts being produced,
Nice.
which is
Have you won?
Not yet. I've got an idea for one.
Okay.
We came up with one this.
I expect you to win.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that.
So Jay is going to be hopefully being a part of the Community of Scholars in the summer this coming up. It's a little soon to be talking about it, but Jay has some awesome ideas for it. So do you want to just kind of give a little rough sketch as to what Community of Scholars is, and then a little bit of what you want to do?
Well, I mean, community of scholars, it's basically a lot of times whenever you're in just a normal class setting, you don't get the opportunity. Yeah, because obviously you have the teacher has in the syllabus a bunch of things that they have to cover.
Yeah.
And so there's not really a lot of time to stop and focus in on one particular concept or one idea really, really in depth, the way a lot of these things ought to be. So that kind of what that leads is to like you're presented with these ideas, and so you're like, well, what about if we what are the implications of these ideas? What if are they more fleshed out than just the short little readings we get in class? Those kind of you get those kind of questions, and then what happens like what community of scholars does is it allows you an avenue to explore those ideas in basically in 13 weeks during the summer. So it's
And you get to live in the village.
and you get paid.
So that's always nice.
It's
and you get a little published book thing with the abstract of your research, and I think it's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do it this summer as well, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So your research, just a little rough overview, just kind of so people can get a hang of it. Though I know it is complex.
It's a long, long ways in the future right now because what I'm doing right now. They're doing a kind of a mini community of scholars during interim with Dr. Jones and Dr. Pittman.
Both awesome.
Yeah, and so what I'm doing over January is kind of laying kind of the foundation for what I'll do in the summer and possibly later on.
Nice.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
That
just a little bit.
I'm studying the work of there was a Canadian philosopher by the name of Bernard Lonergan. He lived. He died, I think, around 1984.
Okay.
So he lived
before I was born, and
yes,
you.
Yes, correct. And he lived in this time period in around the mid 20th century, and he's not often talked about. He's often a guy that kind of flies under the radar.
Okay.
But he has a lot of, in spite of the fact that he doesn't get a whole lot of ink, he actually in his own writings was in dialogue with a lot of the ideas of some of the more well-known philosophers, guys like Ludwig Wittgenstein, Martin.
Very
Heidegger.
Confusing.
Yeah,
I've tried.
Martin Heidegger.
Again, very confusing.
Sure. And so basically, the broad outline of what I want to do is study Lonergan's his kind of central big words coming up, his philosophical methodology, basically how he does philosophy, what his methods are, because that's really that's the key into really what else you do with philosophy.
Nice.
From there, that's pretty much what I'll be doing in interim. The community of scholars hopefully will be
interim.
Thank you.
Little timeline.
Hopefully that will bridge into a community of scholars
right here.
Thank you.
Little timeline there.
Where I'll compare Lonergan's philosophical methodology to some of these larger, more well-known traditions, specifically the caution, big word coming up, the phenomenological tradition of guys like Edmund Husserl and Martin Heidegger.
Oh yeah. They are. They really are.
They are.
Unless you're a philosopher like Jay is, they really are.
And then
yeah. Thanks, Jay. I hope we didn't confuse you too much. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to post them, and myself and or Jay, most likely Jay, will answer them. So thanks. And do you have anything else to add?
Nope. Now I've got to go study. Yay.
Me too. Peace.
Take care, guys.